Hello Gemini, and welcome to your September 2016 General Tarot Card Read. Dee here along with my dear friend Miss Lucy.
Hello.
First off, we'd like to say thank you so much for all the support that you guys have given us ever since we've been involved in doing this on the YouTube channel. We appreciate all the positive input, and we thank you. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Also, we're sorry this is a little late. We've been a little bit waylaid in our real life, but we're here now.
Yeah.
And we've got some exciting stuff for you guys this month. For those of you that are new, welcome. What we do is Lucy does a read, I do a read, and then we do a combined read. This gives you 3 general reads to pick from. Keep in mind, again, that this is a general read. You may not resonate with it. If that's the case, you need to look at your sun, moon, and your rising sign videos and see if one of those fit you for what's going on in your life, because that sometimes happens. We also pull a card for the month for you that we have as an overall, and we use this in your year review. And if you get a chance, you might want to look at it and see if it's kind of resonated with you for the month. That'd be great, or for the year. And then we have oracle cards for you guys. We pulled 2 for the month. So we're going to begin with Lucy and her read, and the card that she pulled for the month, and that is
the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups is about young energy. The only reason it's about young energy is because it says that you have the skills and the knowledge, but you may be lacking in experience. Or it could be that this experience to you, in Cups is of an emotional nature, this experience to you is something that you have not quite ever felt before. It could be of a more intense nature, or it could be a stronger, more bonding experience than you've ever had before. So, again, you have the skills and the knowledge to deal with this, and Cups, this Page of Cups could be also a message about an invitation of a romantic nature. Okay. And then we have Cups again, 7 of Cups. Now, the 7 of Cups, about emotions. It's, as you can see, there are quite a few choices here to be made. Now, some of these choices are just distractions. So you need to acknowledge them as that and not let them take you from your chosen path. The thing here is you need to make a decision one way or the other. You need to sit down and decide between all of these choices that you have, and to take your inspiration where you can find it. Also choose with care and make sure that you stay on the path that you have chosen, the path that you've chosen for yourself. Okay, it's about decisions to make. And then we have Justice. Justice is about karmic balance, of course. It's about positive resolutions. It indicates that if you have questions about a situation that is going on, perhaps you should look to your past choices, your past actions, to see if perhaps they played a part in this current situation. It indicates you need to take responsibility for your life and your actions up to this point, and to learn from your mistakes and to make better choices for the future. Now, Justice can also indicate legal matters, law and the legal matters. And when it comes to that, if you have been honest and straightforward in your dealings with this legal situation that could be going on, then the resolution will be yours. It'll be a positive resolution for you. However, if you've been underhanded, you've try to trick people, then it's not going to be so good for you. It's karmic balance is what Justice is. It's what you put out there comes back to you. The Queen of Swords of course, are your intellect. Now, as a personality or an individual, this is considered feminine energy, but it can indicate a man or a woman. To me, it really can. This is a mature person who has thought long and hard, who has clarity of thought here. Their actions match their thought processes. Their actions match their belief system. Their actions match their personality here. This could indicate a good and helpful friend to you, someone who's going to help you through a situation, or it could be yourself, where you have meshed your life, your sufferings, your joys into a philosophy that you can live with, that puts you at ease in this world that we all have to live in. Now, this could also indicate that you're a strong personality here, so you need to allow people to be who they are, the people around you. You need to allow them to make their own mistakes and to live as they believe right, okay? But it has to do with your intellectual thought processes there. And then we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands indicates you're at a crossroads here. You have a decision to make. Which road are you going to take? It diverges. As you can see, the roads diverge in the future, so it's hard to make a decision. So use your intuition. Sit down with yourself and have a conversation with yourself. Decide what your gut has to tell you, and then go for it. Move forward with confidence and assurance that you have made the right decision. Okay? The caution here is that you need to take action. That is a wand, and the action is required. Otherwise, it could lead to stagnation in your life. There's a choice you need to make, a decision you have to make. Okay? And then the Tower. Tower is about change. It could be drastic change. It could be something that shakes you to the very foundations of your beliefs. Whatever the situation is, it is an illumination, a truth that you have not known until now. So what's needed here is you rebuild your foundation. You rebuild your foundation on a stronger truth that you now have come to realize. Okay? Don't over-dramatize the situation. Don't make something out of nothing, an anthill into a mountain. Don't do that. If it's an anthill, it's an anthill. Step over it and get away from it.
Choices emotionally.
Yeah, choices, emotion to make. The heart, of course, the cups here. Decisions. Again, life is full of decisions. We all have to make them. Justice is wedged between your emotions and your intellect. So, this is important here. Take your time when it comes to these choices that you're making. Use your intellect, not just your heart, and the outcome will be positive. You have choices of which direction to go with your life, too. That's a decision you have to make. And then the ending with the Tower. Again, a choice to make there also.
It's funny because
Finding your truth.
when we chose the oracle cards, I thought that this one was going to be for me, but it's actually for yours, and it's kind of like I can see it. So the card that we pulled here is the Sphinx. Now the Sphinx is a mythical creature. It is somebody who was a guardian, and there would be riddles that would have to be solved. And if you didn't solve it, she would kill you. It was just like a life or death decision. And for some of you, you're going to feel like this is a life or death decision, especially with the Tower attached to it. So this is a difficult problem that's coming up for you guys this month, Gemini. So just don't act in impulse.
No.
Choose your words carefully and think before you speak.
Don't be led off your path, but you have the tools here you need.
Yeah.
You have the skills you need.
It's going to feel like a new thing in a way, but you're going to be tested, but it's going to...
Justice, karmic.
I really think even with the shakeup at the end, it's a positive thing for you this month. So choose your words carefully.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to just take that time to contemplate before you answer questions, before you make decisions. You need to really think about it. Okay.
Your heart and your mind are involved, so there you go.
Mm-hmm. So Gemini, the theme for the month for you is the Two of Wands.
Yeah.
Because not only did Lucy have it in her spread, but I have it twice in mine. And when that happens, again, it's blazingly obvious that this has to do with
choices. La.
So what I pulled for you again for the month is the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is focus, will, and energy to accomplish your desires. It's gains and goals. It's joint ventures. Mm-hmm. The problem with the Two of Wands too with these decisions that you've got to make. It can also bring about an insecurity or worry on your part. So really look at your pros and cons this month. Really don't let the worry eat you up to where you're not able to make the decisions that come your way this month. And with it being wands, it's usually about a creative process. It's about possibly your work, or maybe even a creative process in your relationships. But don't let that worry stagnate you to where you can't make a decision. And one of the first things you can do, and that's the first card I pulled, is the Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is about reflection. It's about self-awareness. It's about taking that time to get a respite, to really think about this. And at the beginning of this month, I would suggest you do that. Take your time to go out and go out into nature. Take your time to maybe go have a spa day. Take the time to be alone and to really rest and get your rest, because you've got some decisions you need to make and you can't keep putting it off. And I really feel for somebody, they're really putting this off. And when it comes to your work, in fact, there's somebody that's putting off a decision again about your health, because the next card I pulled was the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is about heartache. It's about where you get all inside of yourself and where you feel like you've really lost something. And sometimes it's a self-pity in a way, but it can be something that really pierces you to the heart. So for some of you, I almost feel like if you don't take this time, you are going to feel like this. You're not going to feel like you've gotten what you really need, and it's going to pull you a different direction. So don't focus on that. Don't focus on the negativity and the worry that you've got, because the next card I pulled is the Sun. The Sun is like the most positive card in the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It is such a positive card, and it brings about joy and that newness and that new beginning, and just being grateful for what you have and being appreciative of all the things that you have, because you have a lot of good things going on in your life. So the next card, and I see this as a progression, the next card that I pulled is Strength. Now, strength is about taking your base instincts and walking in tandem with them, not letting them overwhelm you, but walking and you controlling the beast instead of the beast controlling you, and being gentle and meek enough to be able to do that. So this is a progression for you. Starting off, taking the time. Don't let your worries and doubts overwhelm you with the self-pity. Look at the positive. Walk with your strengths and realize that you are strong, Gemini. You are very strong when it comes to this decision. And at times you may feel weak. You may feel like you're not going to make the right decision. But to end up the month, you've got the Two of Wands. So you have to make this decision. It's smacking you right in the face. And I know this isn't a hard thing, but you have the tools. You are strong enough to make this decision. And the one thing about this card that I really, every time I see it, well, not every time, but especially with you guys for this one, I keep seeing the falcon that's flying above her. And falcons do that. They get up in the air and they look at their situation, and then they dive down to what they want. You guys need to do that. Take your time to rest. Don't let your self-pity overwhelm you. Realize it's a positive change coming your way, and that you have the strength inside you to move forward. Take control of your worries, take control of all this, and make your decision that you need to make. It's going to be a good thing for you, because I really see the sunrise and the good things coming. It's going to help and affect your future. So mine's more of a progression. Mine's a little bit more specific, but you still have decisions this month. And it's very obvious. All right, now we're going to do the combined read. So some of them I'm going to be pulling from my first, some of them are Lucy's. We'll just kind of do it as we feel it. Page of Cups with the Two of Wands. You've got a decision you need to make. It's of an emotional nature for this particular spread. Yep. It's an emotional nature, and it could be about relationships. It could be about family situations. And for some of you, it's going to be about a young person that you have to make a decision about, whether it's one of your children, or I get like for somebody, it's like a niece or a nephew. No, it's a niece. And whether or not you're going to help, but you're emotionally tied to this decision that you need to make. So keep that in mind for you this month, that it will be an emotional decision that you'll need to make. And don't let your insecurities and worries about this person or about the situation overwhelm you. Because you can't really go wrong on this, Gemini. You really can't. you have decisions of an emotional nature, which this is just, again, kind of a reinforcement.
Yep.
So take the time to really pull
Take
yourself.
your time. That's what's indicated here. Take the time. Make a conscious choice. Sit down with yourself and your thoughts on this situation and be deliberate. Okay?
Mhm.
Not just your heart, but also your head. Be very deliberate.
And it's going to feel at times that you get overwhelmed, and you're going to feel worry, and you're going to feel almost self-pity in a way, but realize that justice is on the way. So as long as you've acted in the right way, it's going to balance itself out.
Mm-hmm.
So try to stay positive. Look at the sun on this one too. I just keep seeing the sun in the bright light. It's going to be a positive thing for you. And if it's with it being an emotional decision about somebody, realize that you can get through this. Don't be all wrapped up in your own pain that you can't see how this is going to affect you. Because the next two cards, which I thought was interesting, when you pair the sun with the Queen of Swords, it's almost like a clarity of thought, because you've got this bright light here and this push through of where you're able to see the light all of a sudden. It's almost like a light bulb coming on. And the Queen of Swords, man, she doesn't put up with crap. And don't put up with crap this month. Make your decision. Keep yourself as focused as possible, and doing it a loving way, and
match your actions with your beliefs. Okay.
And again, I get it's a decision. I keep seeing the kids now. I keep seeing kids. For some of you, it's a decision about your children or somebody's children that you're directly involved with. But it's a good decision that you need to make this decision. It's going to help them in the long run and yourself. Two of Wands again. Really. Maybe I should put a link to the one, but Two of Wands, man. Everything, you have two different ways to go, and they both look good, but it's just at the end. So really project yourself out in the future. Look at yourself a couple of years from now. Is this the best decision to make now? Is it something that you need to go a certain way with? There's going to be two decisions, two choices. So harness your baser instincts, kind of float above it. Because this one can't be made with an emotional.
You can't dial it in. You need to lead with your strength.
Yeah. Because I get that this decision is just going to really shake things up for some people.
It may shake you, to your very foundations. It may.
And the people that you're making this decision about.
It may even. But again, it is something that cannot be walked away from, something that cannot be put behind you, because it affects the future.
And you've been putting this off for a while. You've been putting this off, and it's time, because it's going to happen whether you like it or not. It really is. And I know this one's, again, kind of specific, but there's a reason for it. And for some of you, you can really feel that you know what I'm talking about. So rise above the situation. Yes, it's going to be kind of scary. It's going to feel where you're really having to question your beliefs and your loyalties, but realize that some of this stuff needs to happen in order for you to get healthy and to move forward and to really get the healing that you need and that the situation brings to you too. It's so funny. The rose quartz is a very important stone, because she's got hers up and I've got mine. It was one of the ones too. And rose quartz is about healing. And for some of you, you might need to go ahead and get one. Gemini, I really feel that it will behoove you to do that. Now, for some of you may think, what, walk around with a rock in my pocket? Well, yeah, sometimes it's a good idea. So think about that. The card that Lucy pulled for you is called Intention, and she's going to go ahead and read it to you.
Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark. Recognize that you're not the one who has to do all the work, however. Others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field. Then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Synchronicity, sorry. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment.
Mm-hmm. And choose your words. You need to choose your words when you're dealing with this because it's of an emotional nature. It's not just your work, it's an emotional nature, the decisions that you need to make this month, Gemini. So, Two of Wands. Wow. I've never seen a read this much where we've had 3 Two of Wands in. So
Yeah.
that's just, I keep feeling it's a big part of you. And for some of you, you know, you might even want to look it up online and
It's
kind of
almost
see.
like you're putting it off. You've got
Yeah.
the Two of Wands here.
And then at the end of the month. So it's
and at
going
the
to,
end of the month of the Two of Wands, and then another Two of Wands, and
yeah.
So
You
it's
can't
not
put this
going-
off any longer, Gemini.
It's not going to be put off.
No.
Sorry.
It's
gonna be
I know it's
put off.
hard, but you can do this. You can get through this. Take that time you need to reflect and to really look at the situation. And we're sending positive thoughts your ways because I can
Absolutely.
feel it feels like at times it's a little bit overwhelming for you.
Yeah.
But don't get all wrapped up in your self-pity. It's time to put on your big girl panties and move
Yeah.
on. So sorry, I know that's kind of hard to hear.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing for you. I keep seeing yellow and I keep seeing sunshine and I keep seeing that even though it's going to be hard, it's going to bring about good things for you. It's going to bring about healing. So don't be afraid to take it. You can do it. All right. So have a wonderful month. If you're new to us, thank you for spending the time with us. We really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you like what you've heard. If you don't, that's fine. Give us
Leave
some
your
comments.
comments,
We
yeah.
want to hear because we're doing this for you guys, not for us. So
Tell
in the
us we're
meantime,
full of hokey if that's what you feel.
yeah. So in the meantime, Gemini, walk in peace, light, and love, and we will be talking to you soon.
Goodbye.